Movie notes on Parasite, 2019 film, 24 October 2024 viewing. I just finished viewing this today, Thursday, 24 October 2024. I had not seen it before today. I had heard of it. I had not seen it. I am Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. I'm going to go through my movie notes for my Thursday, 24 October 2024 viewing of the 2019 film Parasite, which is a Korean language film, fiction film, about the son of a lower class family living together, so like the family lives together, living together, taking on a tutoring role at the request of his college graduate male friend, because the male friend wants to be in a relationship with the upper class female he was tutoring once she reaches university age. So it starts off, so encrypted, the characters are, the son is me, and the friend, the college graduate male friend who asks for this guy to tutor this girl he's interested in, is Shun. Okay, so for me, this movie is relatively, it's like the Korean people made it for me in understanding a particular dynamic of friendship I had in the past. And they even invoke rocks, and we were in geology classmates. And so, and along with the request to tutor this particular female comes a gift of a rock specimen. So, yeah. And so, there's a scene in this, so it starts with that, and then it returns to that later in the movie, and there's a scene in the movie corresponding to the real life, so there's like the premise, and then there's the like, shit can go wrong. Like, you thought that friend was kind of creepy or might be trying to pull like a something. Here's the scene in the movie corresponding to the real life things can go wrong scene is the male friend and the son are equivalent scene, reading the mentee's diary scene about 57.00 minutes into the movie to 58.00 minutes into the movie. I do not keep a diary, nor have I kept a diary. For those of you who are confused, it's okay. It's rather straightforward. From my perspective, I am part Duwamish, however, and I interpret this movie in part as a Koreans being like, this is why why we came to the United States of America. We're kind of like the dad in this movie at the end trying to figure out how to get back out. Okay. So in that sense, if that's true, thank you. They might be the first ethnicity to actually do that to us Native Americans and actually accept our place in their ethnicity evolution and story. From like, yeah, so that's very cool. I'll venture to guess, so there's a number of different plot lines, so that's like 1 and 2 different plot lines are kind of gist of the movie. In terms of, I'll venture to guess what this movie's about. Another one. First consensual oral sex of a particular nature by any human being has not happened yet in the COVID-19 outbreak, not pandemic, outbreak. Those are separate playlists on this channel. I have a COVID-19 pandemic chronology playlist as well as a COVID-19 novel coronavirus outbreak playlist. Different things for this channel anyway. Tanis Leonhardi. So, and the COVID-19 outbreak was proof of that then. The United States gave it, it was proof of that. Then the United States gave it a bunch of awards, this movie, to be like, since you guys did not get there first, this is an open call to our type to be the first. As my Duwamish ancestors I have dubbed most culturally similar to Koreans, this makes me Team Koreans, or are Andre and I going to get there first? Was teched in Parasite their battles for the first particular, no human, the owls are saying yes, that I'm getting this correct. The barred owls, not a barn owl, barred owls. Yep, they're like, she's getting it right. So essentially, had the eating the banana thing actually happened with a particular real life woman in question, it would have driven one of her friends of a particular ethnicity, non-Korean, mad. So the Koreans are communicating in this movie, or via this movie, it has not happened, not only for the one woman in question, but also not for any woman, because the activity carries across social class like a parasite. So essentially, The feelings of men about this particular sexual activity has not happened for a particular real world. Is it me, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, hers of Seattle, woman in question? Because if it had, I have friends who would have been like, I'll kill the guy. Because I want that much. So essentially, it's a way of being like, it's a way, like I say, it's a way of knowing I'm a virgin. Because I got friends like that. Okay. And certain ethnicities respond a certain way, but it's also like transitive across socioeconomic class. So I'm lower class now. Maybe I was made more in the past, and like in upper class it'd be true as well. So yeah. So they're like essentially calling out like a bunch of Americans who lie about a particular woman having a certain sexual type of activity, which she has not, and it's proof because of the social network of the person not reacting a certain way, because it affects kind of what like a person and how they propagate in the world, and the conversation she's had with particular friends and stuff like that. So yeah. And then, you know, America goes, Korea beat us to it, so give it a bunch of awards for those of you out there who know what this means. Get there first, and they still haven't done it. Kind of thing. So, and then building on that, some YouTubers may eat lots of, Korean ramen, since this movie came out as a fad, some YouTubers may eat lots of Korean ramen, not ramen, like ramen spectroscopy, Korean ramen as in the noodles, to invoke a particular sexy scene in this movie to make themselves seem better in bed than they actually are. Such skinks. Okay. And the scene, the woman gets a food high and very frisky after eating an entire bowl of a special Korean ramen. So if you see like ladies with like lots of cleavage showing, put a lot of stuff into their hair and makeup, and they go, ooh, look at my big eyes as I eat a bunch of ramen, or I always have my ramen, or and they're white, you know, kind of thing. Especially them. Okay, I'm part white. They're probably horrible in bed or haven't had sex. Okay. We're doing good. Okay. We're turning. Okay. Like this is like a warning label. You know, Korea's going, Tanis, choose. So I will answer very bluntly, very directly, like I'm gonna guess is required for that sexual breakthrough that the Koreans are trying to be like, we got there first, if none other. But you guys gotta watch out for tech, gotta watch out for the Russians. I'm just like pounce, pew. And I'm even in Korea now. Pew. Okay. They're like, choose, Tanis. So you want to know what they're asking me to choose for? Here it is. The moment that the people behind Parasite, if it was about me, is waiting for. Here it is. Jinsol as my potential mentee / collaborator. Not N-O-T. Is this 3 letters? Shun. Go Korea. You guys won. Fair and square. Okay. And then to build on that, Kevin Hart and Josh Kerr can be my first students if I ever become a professor. Yes, I can become a professor of physics in Italy. And I can have Kevin Hart, the American comedian, as he's going to be my first PhD in physics student that I meant like an advisor for all the way through to getting his PhD in physics. And then Josh Kerr as well. Whoa. Yeah. Would be a life story, wouldn't it? Yes. Also, it's about my unborn child, my female child, you know? What if she's the one being tutored? So if she's the one being tutored, you know, when they go, but what about your Nathan? Okay, we're gonna go with Cristiano instead of Nathan. Because like one of the guys' name was Nathan Park. Okay, we're gonna go with my Cristiano instead of my Nathan for this particular one. So my Cristiano and my Nightingale has no Spanish soulmate, no Portuguese soulmate, and no Native American soulmate. So that's right. So if you Koreans are like, but we know we have somebody who's the soulmate of your unborn, not yet born, and you're not yet pregnant with daughter Nightingale with your Cristiano. That's right. That would be not Duwamish Native American. That would be a Korean soulmate. There's a brain burst. I was like, I understand everything in terms. If this is about my life story, I think I got it. Okay, it was a good one. I think it's at least 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. So those are my movie notes on Parasite, 2019 film, 24 October 2024 viewing. My first viewing of this film. Yeah, it's a good one. I enjoyed it.